2 husbands. Same face. Same voice. But I only married one of them, so who is the other one? And the scariest part is, I didn't even realize I was living with a stranger. My name is Sophia. I'm 38 years old. 2 weeks ago, my life looked completely normal. A loving husband. A peaceful home. A routine I trusted without question. That night, my husband Daniel and I were sitting on the couch watching a horror movie. The lights were dim. Popcorn between us. His arm resting behind me like always. Everything felt safe. Until my phone rang. It was my sister. But the moment I answered, her voice shattered everything. She was shaking, barely able to speak. Your husband had a severe accident. He's in surgery. Come fast. For a second, I actually laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it sounded impossible. I turned and looked at Daniel sitting right next to me, and said calmly, that can't be true. He's right here. But the laughter died immediately. Because Daniel's expression changed. Not panic. Not fear. Just confusion. He slowly took the phone from my hand and spoke to her directly. Calm. Controlled. Asking questions like he was trying to solve a puzzle. A few seconds later, he handed the phone back. They probably mixed up identities, he said softly. Hospitals make mistakes sometimes. But then he added something that stuck in my mind. You should still go check. Just to be safe. Something about that moment felt off. Not dangerous. Just strange. So I grabbed my coat and left. The drive to the hospital felt longer than usual. My mind kept repeating the same thing. Daniel is at home. I just saw him. He's fine. Nothing makes sense. When I arrived, my sister ran toward me immediately. Her eyes were red. Her hands were shaking. Thank God you're here, she whispered. And that's when my stomach dropped. She led me through long hospital corridors filled with silence, fast-moving nurses, and the constant beeping of machines behind closed doors. Finally, we stopped outside a surgery room. A doctor approached me. Are you Mrs. Sophia Carter? Yes, I replied. He nodded slowly. Your husband was brought in after a car accident. He lost a lot of blood, but the surgery was successful. My mind went blank. I whispered, there must be a mistake. But the doctor didn't answer. He simply opened the door. And when I looked inside, my entire body froze. There he was. Daniel. Lying on the hospital bed. Bandaged. Unconscious. Breathing slowly. Same face. Same hands. Same wedding ring. And, in that exact moment, my brain broke into 2 realities. Because I had just left my husband at home. So who is this? And more importantly, who did I just leave sitting on my couch? I stood there frozen. My mind refused to accept what I was seeing. Because both realities felt equally real. The doctor's voice faded into the background as I stepped closer to the bed. Daniel's face, peaceful, injured, fragile. I reached out slowly. My fingers stopped just before touching him. And then I whispered without thinking. Daniel? His lips barely moved. But I heard it. My name. That single moment destroyed everything I thought I knew. Behind me, my sister stood silently. No explanation. No confusion. Just fear in her eyes, like she already knew this wasn't simple. I couldn't breathe properly. So I backed away from the bed and walked out of the room. Fast. Almost running. Outside the hospital, the cold air hit my face, but it didn't calm me. I immediately called Daniel. He picked up right away. Hey, are you okay? His voice was calm. Warm. Familiar. I tried to speak, but my voice shook. I'm at the hospital. They say you're here. A short silence followed. Then he gave a soft laugh. See? I told you there was a mix-up. It's probably someone who just looks like me. That should have calmed me. But it didn't. Because how is he so calm? How could he sound so normal while the other Daniel was lying unconscious just meters away from me? Still confused, I went back inside. I stayed there for almost an hour, watching him, studying every detail. Same scar near his eyebrow. Same hands. Same breathing pattern. Everything matched. Everything. And that's what terrified me most. Because there was no mistake I could point to. Eventually, I left the hospital and drove home in silence. My hands were still shaking when I opened the door. And there he was, Daniel, standing in the living room like nothing had happened. He turned immediately. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked, walking toward me. Then he hugged me. And in that moment, my body relaxed before my mind could catch up. Warm, familiar, safe, like always. He made tea for me, sat beside me, listened quietly while I explained everything. Every word, every detail. And instead of panic, he just nodded slowly. "That must have been terrifying," he said gently. "But hospitals make mistakes all the time." Then he smiled and said, "You're home now. That's what matters." And somehow, that made sense. Too much sense. Over the next few days, life continued like nothing happened. Dinner together, conversations, quiet nights. But I couldn't forget the hospital bed. I started going back secretly. Every time I did, the unconscious Daniel was still there. Still being called my husband. Still wearing my husband's name in medical records. Two Daniels. Two realities. One of them had to be fake. But which one? And the worst part, both of them behaved exactly like him. Except for small things. Tiny pauses in conversation. Slight differences in tone. But every time doubt appeared, he did something kind. Something perfect. That erased it instantly. And I hated myself for it. Because I kept trusting him again. Until one night, everything changed. My sister called me again. But this time, her voice was different. Low. Serious. Controlled. "Sophia," she said slowly. "I found something, and you need to see it immediately." My stomach dropped instantly. "Come alone," she added. "And don't tell your husband." And in that moment, I knew nothing in my life was going to stay the same after this. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept looking at Daniel while he lay beside me. Peaceful. Like nothing in the world could ever touch him. But now, I couldn't trust peace anymore. Every breath he took felt heavier than before. Every silence felt planned. In the morning, I told him I was going to meet a friend. He kissed my forehead and smiled. "Be safe," he said. Simple words. Normal words. But they didn't feel normal anymore. Because now even kindness felt suspicious. I drove straight to the hospital. My sister was already waiting. Not in the hallway this time. In a locked office. That alone made my heart race. She closed the door behind me. Then she didn't speak for a few seconds. Just looked at me. Like she was deciding how to destroy my world gently. Finally, she whispered, "I shouldn't be showing you this." She handed me a tablet. My hands were already shaking before I even touched it. The screen turned on. Security footage. A private clinic. A man walking in wearing a mask and cap. He removed it. And my breath stopped completely. It was Victor, Daniel's closest friend. Someone who had eaten at my table. Someone who had laughed with my husband. Someone I trusted without question. The footage continued. Surgery records. Recovery rooms. Medical reports. And then, frame by frame, his face changed. Not suddenly. Not magically. But slowly. Through surgeries. Reconstruction. Rebuilding bone by bone. Until he started looking like Daniel. Exactly like him. I dropped the tablet for a second. My sister caught it and held it back up. Her voice was shaking now too. "This clinic specializes in full identity reconstruction," she said. "He didn't just change his face." She swallowed hard. "He replaced a life." My chest tightened. I couldn't speak. I couldn't even breathe properly. Because suddenly everything made sense in the worst way possible. The confusion. The calmness. The perfection. It wasn't mistakes. It was design. My sister leaned closer. And there's more. She opened another file. Financial records. Personal notes. Psychological evaluations. And then she said the words that made my stomach drop completely. "Victor was obsessed with you, Sophia." I looked up at her. "No," I whispered. She nodded. "For years." My vision blurred. She continued. "He studied your life. Your routine. Your marriage. Your finances." Then she paused. And when Daniel's accident happened, she looked at me carefully. It wasn't an accident. Silence. That one word felt like a collapse. Not accident. Plan. I felt cold all over. My sister's voice softened. The real Daniel is the one in the hospital. And Victor, he took his face and your life on purpose. My hands were shaking uncontrollably now. Every memory I had suddenly felt contaminated. Every smile. Every dinner. Every hug. I had been living inside a lie I never even questioned. That night I went home and acted normal. I smiled. I cooked dinner. I listened. I laughed at the right moments. And he had no idea. Not even a single suspicion. And that's when I understood something terrifying. The most dangerous lies don't feel like lies at all. They feel like home. For the next few days, I started collecting everything. Quietly. Carefully. Messages. Clinic records. Transfers. Surveillance clips. Every piece of truth I could steal without being noticed. And I waited. Because I knew one day, he would ask me to sign everything. And that day finally came. A legal meeting. Conference room. Lawyers present. Documents ready. He sat beside me smiling. Confident. Calm. Like he had already won. He slid the papers toward me. Just sign here, he said gently. I picked up the pen. Paused. And then I said softly, before I sign this, I want everyone to see something. The room went quiet. I nodded at the screen behind us. And the footage started playing. The clinic. The surgeries. Victor's transformation. The room changed instantly. His smile disappeared. His face drained of color. He stood up suddenly. This is not, he started. But the door opened. Police entered. No shouting. No chaos. Just silence. Heavy silence. And finality. He didn't run. Because there was nowhere left. Months later, the court confirmed everything. Identity fraud. Conspiracy. Attempted murder. And years of planning to steal a life. He was sentenced to life imprisonment. When I finally saw the real Daniel again, he was awake. Weak. But alive. I held his hand and cried like I had been holding my breath for months. Not because I was scared anymore, but because it was finally over. And for the first time in a long time, I knew exactly who I was looking at. The man I trusted the most was never my husband. But the real one almost lost his life while I was living someone else's lie. Honestly, if I were in that situation, I don't know if I would have caught the truth in time. It's terrifying how easily trust can be used against us. If you found out the person you love most was actually an imposter, would you be able to recognize it early, or would you fall for it too?